Nun wollen wir still werden.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me make a few housekeeping remarks, and most of you will not know me. I'm Peter Winterstein, retired German judge, and I will try to structure the day as the chair of the Betreuungsgerichtstag. First of all, we've got to have a technical remark, what to do with your earphones. If you have a question about your earphones for the interpreting, approach the assistants that we have up and down the aisle. You will see I might have problems myself. Connect receiver and headphone, switch it on. And normally you will see a 0. Channel 1 upward is supposed to be German. Channel 2 is said to be English. There are no more channels than that. 1 for German, 2 for English. We have a group of guests from Japan that get special interpreting in the back. This does not work through this system. It's a separate system that does not lead into the German or English channels. Once we're through, please put it back on your seat. Do not take it back home. Otherwise, I'd be liable for all the loss incurred. Well, the translation, has anybody heard the English translation? Well, we have translated here. This is again the sound test from the interpreter in the English booth. This is again the sound test. This is the audio signal from the English booth.
First channel 1, German, second channel, English. And afterwards, after the session, let it on your place. And if there are any persons who don't have a place, there's another room 10 meters from here with live shown what we are doing here so that everybody can have a chair for himself. There's no need to sit with 2 persons on 1 chair.
Right, I'll switch back to German now. I hope that meanwhile you can hear the audio signal in English. Can we have a show of hands? Can you understand the English interpreter? Good, thank you. Thank you. Welcome on the occasion of 4th Weltkongress Betreuungsrecht, right of the Law of Adult Guardianship 2016. Let me welcome the guests in wheelchairs in particular. That is Park Hyo-so from South Korea, Mr. Pepsele from Spain, Frau Groß and Frau Kleine from Germany. Great to have you here. Now, first of all, let me certainly welcome in particular our guests from abroad. Professor Makoto Arai, the president of the Japanese Association for Adult Protection Law from Tokyo, and Adrian Ward, a lawyer from Glasgow. Pass pro toto for all our speakers who volunteer to give presentations and thus make this event possible. In particular, I welcome Judge at the Federal Constitutional Court, Professor Dr. Andreas Paulus, and Hans-Joachim Dose, presiding judge at the Federal Court from Karlsruhe. Great to have you, that you've come down from the domes of law, you've descended to us, to the interface of science and practice. You've got to work with what you come up with theoretically and judicially. A particular welcome is extended to the Vice President of the Committee of the United Nations for the Rights of People with Disabilities, Professor Theresia Degener from Bochum. It's great you've just managed this very second. My welcome also extends to the National Institution to Prevent Torture, that's represented here, and the Monitoring Institution for Human Rights. It's wonderful to see you here as well. Herr von Schwanenflügel, who acts on behalf of our patron, the Federal Minister for Family, Senior Citizens, Women and Youth, Manuela Schwesig. He acts as the head of the Department Demographic Change, Senior Citizens Welfare, and he will say a few words of greeting. We're happy to have you with us. The opening words from the Federal Minister for Justice and Consumer Protection, our other patron, will be delivered on Friday. The Deutsche Juristentag unfortunately interfered with us. And last but not least, I'd like to welcome Jochen Exler-König, the chair of the International Guardianship Network, together with whom the Betreuungsgerichtstag has organized this very Congress. Dagmar Brosay as Vice President and Volker Lipp as the President of the Fourth World Congress. To all of you, a great big welcome. We're happy that following Yokohama, Melbourne and Arlington, some say Washington, this year we have the Fourth World Congress here in Berlin, in Germany, from the 14th to 17th of September. The Fourth World Congress, this time in Germany. The underlying thoughts of self-determination, individual and person-centered support and protection of people with handicaps, and the constant further development thereof are a common cause of the Betreuungsgerichtstage and the World Congresses. We're pleased that together with you and over 500 participants from almost 30 countries, we can discuss together over the next few days on the further development of the modern law for the support and the protection of vulnerable adults, and to further develop the Declaration of Yokohama and turn it into an effective reform instrument. In Germany, we have, that is my personal opinion, a good law with the flexible and person-centered concept of legal representation, the Betreuung. But what's lacking is the personal willpower, not least on the level of the federal Länder, to create sufficient framework for both volunteer and professional Betreuung, and to guarantee this way that the practice also falls in line with the objectives of the law. I'm sure that, for instance, in the sphere of organization and a continuity-directed funding, we can, for instance, learn from Austria as regards the adult education, the adult institutions, and we can learn from the systems and the practice of other countries in securing the quality of the professional betreuer. We hope that in the next few days we will learn a lot from your own experiences and to develop joint ideas to improve the legal and the social situation of affected adults. Hereby, I open the Fourth World Congress on Adult Guardianship. At the same time, for us, it is the 15th Betreuungsgerichtstag in Germany. Herr von Schwanenflügel, would you please address the audience on behalf of the patron?